There is a lot to change in me. I never thought of fighting this fight. I never thought of myself as a guy who's going to stand against the wind. That's not me. I'm the enabler in an alcoholic family. I'm the one that's always saying, hey, can't we all get along? I'm not the guy who says, you know what? Knock it off. We have to decide, because we cannot lead people until we are worthy of being followed. And all great moral movements depend on the internal fortitude and force of the individual members. It counts on you. It depends on you. If you can't stand up to evil, it means you don't have a strong spine. But to stand up and look it in the eye, you have to know who you are. You have to stand straight and fear nothing. And all throughout history, the great moral movements were all led by somebody with an amazing spine. But we all have the same spine. We're all made exactly the same way. Father Abraham is the first great moral mover, the father of our religion. Father Abraham was called Ivri. That means the other side. Now think of this, when Father Abraham worshiped, everyone around him was worshiping idols and false gods. And Abraham stood on the other side. He worshiped only one God. What was that like to be alone? When everybody's standing over here going, you got one, I got 10. He stood alone. His father, his mother, his family, everyone mocking him, and he stood on the other side. That's incredible fortitude. That's an incredibly strong spine, and very rare, they say, in human history. When one person is willing to stand alone for what is good and what is righteous. A great faith is not created in moments of comfort. We're better people today than we were 8 years ago because we're uncomfortable. So great moral movements come out of great discomfort. They come from challenge. Before we could know God, God wanted us to ask for him. He wanted us to seek him. God wanted Abraham to choose him, and Abraham had to welcome him into that world so he could give us a God. God doesn't do anything alone. He can, I don't want to get into the rock too big to him to carry kind of argument. He can do things alone. He chooses to partner with us. And God needs us today more than ever. He is asking right now, choose me. Please, my children, choose me. He needs a messenger. He needs a messenger to stand alone and follow him. But any great movement isn't about its messengers or its leaders. Any great movement is about all of those who come together for something greater than the sum of its parts, the mover. Movement, the movers, the people that say, now is the time, and I'm going to move with the hand and the blessing of God. I'm going to move. It's the movers. And we all have different talents. We all have different things that we do. We have different religions. Do we not all worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? ISIS is not going to ask for your Presbyterian identification. The question is, are you a follower of the Nazarene? We can all answer yes to that.